and this is a 45-minute chair yoga express. No, it's yoga fusion. Yeah, it's yoga fusion. It's Monday. Chair yoga express is on Friday. So anyway, this is a 45-minute class. We don't get on the earth. We only use the chair, sitting or standing. Should you happen to have other props, 2 yoga blocks would be nice. If you don't have yoga blocks and would like to experiment with them, maybe a couple of canned goods of equal size and weight could substitute. Our friend, the yoga strap, which is a really nice prop to have handy. But if you don't have this official strap, you could get a scarf, a belt, a dog leash, a bathrobe tie, whatever. Here's a set of hand weights, 1 pound. Nothing heavier than 2 pounds for this class, all right? And then the chair. This is a standard metal folding chair. We've got some upholstery, which is nice. But it's got a nice wide leg base. It's not going to move or shift on you should you start putting weight on it. If you're using the chair and you want to make sure it doesn't have any shifting, you can take those back legs, push them up against the wall where the wall meets the baseboard or the floor. And then when you start pushing on it, you know it's not going to move. Okay? So we will answer questions at the end of the class. And if whatever's being offered doesn't work for your body this morning for whatever reason, you can modify. You can do something else like another posture, or you could skip it altogether. So you decide what's right for your body and what isn't. So let's start this morning by taking the feet about shoulder width apart. And let's start swinging the arms here like empty coat sleeves. We're going to shift the weight from foot to foot as you twist and look over the shoulders. So the idea with this is to just get that spine squeezing and circling. So we're squeezing out fresh, stale blood, stale chi, and bringing in fresh blood and chi. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep turning and twisting. Now from here, you're going to start tapping the midriff in the front, and the backhand will tap up a little higher by the kidneys. You still want to look over the shoulder as best you can as you twist. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly start unwinding. No rush. Just don't abruptly stop. That's really nice for the body. And you're going to take soft fists now. You're going to start tapping on those hip bones. This is a good way to wake yourself up in the morning. You're actually stimulating blood flow to the surface of the skin, energy emerging after a long night of sleeping or not sleeping. And then we're going to go to the sides of the hips. All right. And then we move back to the bum. And then you're going to pound up here by the kidneys, just tapping nice and steady, nothing violent, up there by the kidneys. Then you're going to tap down the outsides of the legs, tapping up the insides of the legs, back to the hip bones. So we'll do 2 more rounds of that same sequence, tapping on the hip bones, and then moving on to the sides of the hips, moving on to the bum, and then up by the kidneys, tapping a little higher by the kidneys. Now we move down the outsides of the legs, the yang meridian, up the insides of the legs, the yin meridian, and then tapping on those hip bones. One last sequence like this, and then you're going to come to the sides of the hips, getting busy on the bum, and then up by the kidneys, down the outsides of the legs, the yang meridians, up the insides of the legs, the yin meridians. And now we're back to the belly. So you can stack the palms one on top of the other and slowly start circling the navel, the belly button. Oh, encouraging the colon to do its work, just a little massage here. Very nice. And let's bring that to stillness. Again, let's take soft fists. This time we're going to take them into the hip crease. Now you can do this standing or you could do it sitting in the chair. If you're in the chair, make sure you're close to the front of the chair seat, not collapsed in the back of the chair seat. So our soft fists here, flat back, let's go forward, forward, forward. Big full breaths until you come to a sticking point. So those fists are pressing into the colon area. And you're going to do little tiny pumps with the belly for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly, with a flat back, if you're standing or sitting, come on up nice and slow. And then just remove the fist, shake out the hands and the fingertips. Nice. Again, the legs are relatively wide, shoulder width apart. Big breath in, inhale up. Exhale, press the air down by the side of the body. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Lifting and pressing. Lifting and pressing. 2 more. Inhaling, squeezing out all the air on the exhale. Inhale, filling. Exhale, squeezing. Let's go ahead and relift those arms up towards the sky. So the fingers are climbing up that invisible rope, that invisible ladder. See if you can keep the chest square to the front of your space or your screen, so you're not torquing off left or right, but giving a nice tug to the intercostal muscles that attach to the side ribs. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And take the arms out to the side of the body. So see if you can drop the shoulders away. The palms face the earth. Little pumps with the straight arms for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Arms come to stillness, drop shoulders away. Rotate the thumbs so that they face the earth. Now the palms face the wall behind you, bouncing your indivisible tennis balls the wall behind you here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly bring them down, nice and easy. Shake out the arms, the hands, the wrists, the fingers. And now we're taking the humerus bone and we're rotating it in a circular fashion. So what we're doing here is you are producing synovial fluid. Synovial fluid lubricates all the joints in the body. So we're busy breathing here, pumping into the shoulders here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then just shake everything out. Should you happen to have a strap, grab it, but you don't really need one for this. Just so you know that I won't start using it right now, but if you want to use a strap with this one, you can. The leg closest to your chair is the right leg. The left leg will stay straight, the left foot is flexed. And we're going to gradually start swinging the leg, nice and easy. Big sweeps with the leg for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly de-escalate if that feels appropriate. Just don't abruptly stop. Shake out both sides, legs and feet. Nice. And now this time, if you also want to add a strap, you can. I'm going to float this thigh up. If you need to help that thigh stay there, you can take the back of the thigh for support. Avoid the knee joint. All right. Little pumps for 8, 7, 6, or as many as you can manage. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And float it down. Shake out both sides. Because you know the standing leg is doing a lot of work as well as the moving leg. Okay, one more time, we're going to float it up. Dangle the lower leg. for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it to stillness. Now figure 8 with that bent knee for 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh. And then foot comes down, leg comes down, shake out both sides. Really nice. Now we adjourn to the other side of the chair. You may wish to use the strap or not. I've got my hand on the back of the chair. So now the weight is in the left leg, the leg closest to your chair. Right leg is straight, right foot is flexed, swinging with that leg. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly de-escalate. Don't just abruptly stop. Again, pausing to shake out the legs and the feet. Remembering to breathe when we're doing this. Weight will go in left leg, float that right leg up, little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Float that foot down, shake out both sides. Be kind to yourself, shaking out both sides. Again, the weight will go in the left leg. Relifting right leg. Dangling the lower leg like the pendulum on a clock for 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to stillness. Figure 8 with the bent right knee. Here we go for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then floating it down, shaking everything out. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to move the chair. So I'm facing the chair seat. And then from here, we'll do some standing cat-cow. This would stimulate the spine, getting that fluidity going in the spine. So you're going to come and grab the sides of the chair seat. The body makes a right angle. So from here, you're going to go ahead and drop the belly, spread the sits bones wide. The knees can bend here. Inhale, bend, and then exhale, straighten the legs. And you're going to squeeze the navel to spine as you arch up like a Halloween cat. So inhale, drop the belly, spread the sits bones. Exhale, arch and squeeze. Dropping and squeezing. Whoo. Dropping and squeezing. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. And then from here, from your right angle position here, taking the feet back a bit more. And this is going to be a standing version of downward facing dog. So the hands can go forward on the chair seat. And then you're going to press your chest close to the tops of the thighs. My right side is injured, so I'm not doing a full stretch on the right. But the idea is to go ahead and press the chest close to the thighs for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly you can walk back closer to your chair. You might want to use the back of the chair seat to help assist you to rise up or not. Let's roll some shoulders here. A couple of times rolling forward, up, back, and down. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Now we circle the opposite way. This may or may not feel the same. You're just noticing. No self-judgment, no competition, not even with yourself. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then shaking everything out so that it feels released and relaxed. Should you have a block, grab a block. If you don't have a block, this looks to be about maybe 4 inches or so. You might have a book or two that you want to place instead if you don't have blocks. Or you can just observe this and try it out when you have the moment to do it. So the block is directly underneath the chair seat. I'm taking the right foot and I'm placing my foot up against that block. Now I'm going to grab the chair seat and see how far I can bend forward with that foot at that angle. So you're not going to be forcing anything or jamming anything. You're going to mindfully see how far you can go. Once you reach your optimum stretch here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Slowly lifting up with the torso, taking that right foot away. Now the left foot is going to tuck itself into the block so that that foot is flexed. The toes point to sky. It's pressing up against the block or your books. And then we're going to drop forward. This side might feel different than the other side. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Rising up slowly, taking the foot away, shaking out the feet and the legs. Since we're here over the chair seat, let's return to that right angle shape. I'm going to shift the weight into the right leg. I won't mirror you for this. Left knee bends into nose. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Pelvis is square to that short end of the mat. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We straighten, float the leg, point the toe, touch down, and lift for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Flex that foot, bend the knee, take the knee out to the side, circling with the knee for 4, 3, 2, 1. Circle the other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Left foot meets the right. Micro bend the knees. If you want to stand between sides, grab some water or not. I have to have a Kleenex break here. All right. And now we'll do the other side. So I'll shift this over so you can see. So now the weight goes, you're in your right angle position. The back is flat. You're not letting the head dangle. Crown of head lines up with tailbone. So now the weight shifts into the left leg. Right bent knee into nose. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 8, 7, or as many as you can manage. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Refloat, point the toe, touch and lift for 4, 3, 2, 1. Refloat, flex that foot, bend the right knee, coming out to the right side of the body. Circle the knee for 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Right foot meets the left. Micro bend the knees left and right. And then slowly coming up to standing. Very nice. Now, if you have hand weights and would like to add them in, feel free. But if you don't, it's just a soft fist. So it's no weight or one weight in each hand. The palms face the midline. So we're going to shrug and drop. Shrug and drop for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then little wiggles, maybe shaking out any tension. Let's take the legs a little bit wider now. No weight or one weight in each hand. You might want to place the hands in the hip crease. Knees will track over toes. So we're going to do some squats here. Inhale, bending, exhaling, standing and straightening for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay down on 1. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Now the palms face each other. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale for 8, or as many as you can manage. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rebend. Now, hands could come to the thighs. Lift right heel, place it down. Left heel, place it down. Adjust the legs and feet as you need for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then bending and straightening. Very nice. Heel toe the feet together or step the feet together. You can choose. Now, if you'd like to retire to your chair, here's the opportunity. So, approaching your chair seat, you're going to sit closer to the front of the chair seat than collapsing in the back of the chair seat, okay? So from here, no weight, one weight in each hand. The palms now face the wall behind. Taking the legs slightly farther apart to accommodate any torso as you lift up. Arms are straight, palms face the ceiling. The arms never go lower than the bum, so you're keeping them up fairly high for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then slowly unwinding it, nice and easy, rolling the shoulders. And now from here, let's take the legs nice and wide. Right forearm can rest on right thigh. Maybe no weight or one weight or two weights in this left hand. So the arm is straight, like you're going to drop your weight or non-existent weight on the floor, but you're not going to do that. Inhale, exhale, bringing the arm back like you're pulling a bow and arrow. Inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, don't rush it, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it back on 1, little pumps, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, the arm is going to create a right angle here. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly re-straighten, and then slowly a half rainbow arc as you come down the side of the body, resisting the gravity, shaking it out. And now the left forearm can rest on the left thigh. The right straight arm in the middle, no weight or one weight right here. 2 weights if you want in the middle. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it back on 1, little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now coming to stillness. Arm forms a right angle, bending and straightening, bending and straightening for 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it straight, and then a half rainbow arc as you resist the gravity coming down slowly, slowly. Very nice. And shake out the arms, the shoulder girdle. Maybe the arms can come straight back here. No weight or one weight in each hand. The palms face the wall behind you now. Exhale up to shoulder height only. Inhale down. Exhale on the left. Inhale down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. You want to keep alternating, or maybe the two together for 4. Take it easy here. 3, 2, and 1. Let's hold it up here. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly coming down in the center, slowly resisting, shaking everything out. Very nice. Now from here, we're going to take this right arm and we're going to lift it overhead and then tilt over towards the left. The fingertips stretch to the side wall. You're grounding through this right sits bone, and maybe you want to grab the side of your chair seat on the left. Stretching to the side to the left for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top elbow bends. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press it away. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then again, lifting it up, resisting gravity as you bring it down. Don't just let it flop down. If you can avoid it, shake it out. Same idea on this side. Left arm comes over. It should be by the ear. I have to modify on this side slightly. Fingertips move towards the right side of the wall. Here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Top elbow bends. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press it away. We'll do 4, 3. Engage the abs. 2, 1. Nice. And then bringing it over, slowly descending. Now windmill the arms. The top right arm comes over to the left. The bottom left arm goes over to the right. So now stretching in 2 directions here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Arms switch, little windmill action, and then going over on this side for 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Unwind the arms slowly, slowly, shaking everything out. Oh. Now from here, let's go ahead and stack the palms over the heart center, or hook the thumbs together and stretch the fingers wide. That's Eagle Mudra in yoga. Feet and legs in parallel, the toes point forward, sit to stand. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Let's do 4, 3. At your own pace, 2, 1. Now this time, don't sit down all the way. Just do little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to standing. Unwind the arms, shake everything out. I'm going to move the chair off to one side. And now from here, we're going to just take the arms in front of the chest, soft fists. All right. The legs can be about shoulder width apart. Let's take the right foot slightly farther forward than the left. So you're going to go inhale forward, arms crossed. Exhale, open the chest. Maybe it's a baby back bend. You're rocking forward and back. So it's a balance challenge. Inhale, exhale, inhale, or reverse it. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. We'll do 4 on the side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. And then back to center. Legs come back underneath the hips. Maybe wiggle it out. Then the left foot comes slightly farther forward. The palms, soft fists, crossing the arms in the front. So you move forward and back. Forward. This opening could be a baby back bend. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. And then coming back to neutral. Feet come together underneath the hips. Very nice. So that was sort of a little prelude to this next one. Have your chair handy. And we're going to use the chair for balance, to help with balance. So we're going to use the standing leg as the right leg, sorry. And then this one rises up, this leg rises up. Now you're going to extend the leg back behind you, touching the earth, and the arm comes forward. If you want to add a little more challenge, you can float the back leg or not. Inhale, exhale, you draw the knee and the arm in. Inhale, toe can touch the floor, leg could be parallel. Exhale as you draw it in. We'll do 4, 3, 2, extend and stay extended on 1 for 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw it in and then bring it down. Shake out the legs, both sides, both feet. If you want to add a weight here, you can add a weight if you'd like. I've got one hand on the chair, and then I've got a weight on the side of this left leg, on the thigh. The foot stays flexed. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Come back to neutral. Take that weight or hand to the inside of that leg. Exhale, inhale, crossing the midline. Exhale, inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back to neutral. Let's just turn and face the chair. You don't need to use the weight for this one. I'm going to move the chair so I have real stability. Same leg. Flex that foot. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then that leg comes down. Let's go ahead and adjourn to the other side of the chair. So now this part is floating it up, inhaling, and then stretching the arm forward. The leg touches back, the toe can touch the earth, or the leg can float parallel to the earth. Exhale, draw leg and arm in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, draw it in. We'll do 4, 3, balance challenge, 2, 1. Re-extend, holding it for 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw it in slowly and then place it down. Shake out both feet and legs. No weight or one weight in your right hand. Standing leg, left leg. Right leg is straight, foot is flexed. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Now the weight goes, or no weight goes on the inside of that right leg. Foot is flexed. Exhale, crossing the midline. Exhale. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then back to center, shaking out the feet and the legs. Let's do the back part of this. We're working on the bum here. All right. So weight goes in your left leg. Foot is flexed. Exhale, inhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then shake everything out. Nice and easy. Let's return mindfully to our chairs. Grabbing a strap if you have one. If you don't, I'll give you instruction on how to do it without a strap. You're going to sit mindfully close to the front of the chair seat. I'm looping the strap around the ball of the right foot. Combining the straps together. If you don't have a strap, you can grab behind the thigh and or the calf. I'll do it in profile. Inhale, exhale, exhale. So I'm going to use the strap here, drawing that bent knee in towards the chest. So it's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Float it down. We'll do the other side again, modifying. You can use back of thigh and or calf as you bend and straighten this leg. All right. Or if you have a strap, looping it around the ball of the left foot. Evening out the ends of the strap. Be mindful of the buckle. You don't want to hit yourself in the face with the buckle. Unintended result there. You're going to take your left knee, bend it, inhale, and then exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back down to earth, taking the strap away. Let's cross the right foot over the top of the left thigh. We're going to do foot massage today. Hooray. So you're going to take your 5 toes and you're going to start flapping them back and forth like you're fanning yourself on a hot day in Santa Fe. So you're going to flap those toes back and forth. And that's pumping fresh blood into those tiny little piggies down there, those toes, your cute toes. And then when that feels complete, you're going to take each individual toe from the base of the toe to the end of the nail and give it a nice, steady massage, sending love to your toes. In case you didn't know this, you cannot really perambulate. You can't walk without your toes because they give that extra shift to the foot so that you can take one step forward and then put the other foot forward, etc. Don't forget your big toes. And then you're going to go to the underside of the toes and rummage around under there with your fingers. And when that feels complete, you're going to take 2 thumbs and you're going to massage the big toe ball mound and the little toe ball mound. And you're going to work those thumbs in towards the center, the ball of the foot. And then the thumbs work their way down the outer and inner edges of the foot. Don't forget to massage the arch. And then you can use the 10 fingers any way you like to address the heel. Scrub around in there and the heel. And then taking our little bird beak hands, you can take the fingers and rub them down between the trough of the bones in your foot. All 26 bones are in that foot. And then you're going to go to the ankle and you're going to do opposite, like you're squeezing out a wet washcloth. You do that on the ankle. So we're pumping fresh blood, life force into the feet. And when that feels complete, you're going to take a soft fist and tap the arch. And then you're going to take the two hands and you're going to pat the foot, the whole foot. And if you want to go harder, you can slap the foot. Woo! And then noticing how that foot feels compared to the other foot. Should be a huge difference. It's huge on me for sure. This is something you can do when you go to sleep at night, before you go to sleep. So we're on your other foot now, and you're going to take all 5 toes and you're going to flap them back and forth, stimulating blood flow into those little tiny extremities. When that feels like it's complete, start massaging the little toe from the base of the toe to the end of the nail for all 5 toes, and noticing if this foot feels any different than the other foot. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But just noticing, spending extra time, sending more love to tight or sticky spots, painful spots. And when you've massaged your toes and you're going to go underneath and rummage around underneath the toes. Oh, yes. And then you're going to take your 2 thumbs to start massaging the big toe ball mound and the little toe ball mound, and you work the thumbs in towards the center, the ball of the foot. And then you're going to massage down the outer and inner edges of the foot, and then massage the arch itself. You're not going to forget the arch. All 10 fingers can address the heel any way that feels good, scrubbing around in there. And then you're going to take your bird beak hands and scrape along the top of the foot, maybe between the bones, the trough between the bones. Make sure you get each part of that foot. Then you're going to do your wringing washcloth business on the ankle. Ankle, ankle, ankles, getting a massage. And then soft fist, pound it into the arch. And then the 2 hands are going to start lightly tapping the foot. And if you want more stimulation, you can smack the foot. Kindly, of course. And then when that feels complete, just noticing how those 2 feet feel. Quite amazing. You could also add, if you do this at night, you could add something like lavender oil and then put on socks, or even castor oil you put on your feet to moisturize the feet. They get very, flaky. So just noticing that. And let's just from here, let's go ahead and extend the legs. And we're going to externally rotate the feet back to neutral, internal. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the feet can come down. You can sit all the way into the back of the chair seat here. Crown of head lines up with tailbone. And we are proceeding into Shavasana, resting pose, corpse pose. You can pretend to be a corpse in the chair. So you've got the feet flat on the earth. The spine is long. You're scanning the body for the effects of the practice and breathing into any residual tension that might remain. And so for here, just imagining all that relaxation flowing throughout the body. Let's take a big inhale up. Palms meet in the center, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti, this beating heart. May all beings be healed and elevated, knowing without exception that they are the living embodiment of the great mystery. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste, Jai Bhagwan.